Today we're going to learn about surge protected devices and their importance to the smart grid. So let's go take a look.
A surge protection device is basically a device, power electronic device, that takes a dangerous voltage that's going to enter into your system, your house, your dorm room, your plant, and actually damage electronic equipment. And as we all know, we have lots of money invested in electronic equipment, whether it's in our plant or our home. And so what this device does is it reduces the voltage that goes into the equipment and thereby protects the equipment. These things are made to last over and over and over, and a well-designed one will last 20 or 30 years and give you a long life expectancy for equipment. What generally could happen is if you don't use something like this, we see damage on electronic equipment that now we just throw our equipment away, like a DVD player, for example. We might take a $60 DVD player and throw it in the garbage because it was damaged by a surge. We just think it was poor components, but in fact, it was a surge that came into our home and damaged the equipment. If you think about smart grid today, one of the most important pieces of smart grid are the electronic components that make smart grid possible. So you think from solar inverters all the way out through smart vehicle charging and all the electronics that are in our homes and vehicles and devices today. So surge protection plays well into that because surge protection is the #1 insurance policy against physical and disruptive damage on electronic equipment. And nowadays, a lot of times if you buy a $3,000 TV, the first thing you might do is go ahead and buy a surge strip. But the thing that we forget is everything in our home is interactive, and sometimes a disruption from one part of the house, let's say a ceiling fan coming on or an air conditioning kicking on, could cause disruption on some other piece of equipment. So we need multiple levels of surge protection in our homes, in our businesses, to fully protect against the kind of damaging things that can go on in our power systems.
Typically, you want to have a two-stage approach to installing surge protection. Your first stage on your surge protector should be at your main to capture transient and lightning events coming into your facility. Your second stage should then be used on your sub-panels to lower the let-through voltage from the first stage down to a level at which it will not damage equipment that is attached to that second stage. Also, you want to make sure in your systems that anywhere where you have equipment that could be generating transients, such as load switching devices, that there are two stages of surge protection between a transient generating piece of equipment and another piece of equipment that is sensitive to transient events. The best way to ensure that your surge protected device is going to perform as you intended to is to make sure that when you're purchasing the device that it is a listed device. Listed surge protective devices must have safety controls in that device. These safety controls ensure when the unit fails under adverse conditions that it does not fail in a catastrophic manner. Unlisted devices may or may not have these safety protections. When those units fail, they could fail very catastrophically and cause collateral damage to attached equipment as well as other pieces of equipment in the vicinity of that installation.
The role of surge protection in renewable energy will be to increase the reliability and the resiliency of that equipment. The longer it lasts, the more it can produce energy, the more resilient our grid will be. We want to add solar power and wind power to make our grid more reliable so that we can produce more energy so that we don't have to do rolling brownouts or other outages and events. And surge protection is going to increase that reliability. Lightning is actually the #1 cause of unplanned outages for a wind farm, and obviously that's megawatts of energy that's not being produced for that amount of time. Over 50% of the problems that occur due to lightning are due to the control or balance of system equipment. And having surge protection to protect that equipment is going to greatly increase the reliability and resiliency of that equipment. A lot of these devices are remote. Solar farms, wind farms can even be out in the ocean or in the desert or in the plains area, and having surge protection will prevent us having to go out there because these things can be hard to get out to or take a while to get out to maintenance and repair. Eaton's Power System Experience really provides a unique location to demonstrate the innovation and capability that we have as a corporation for the power systems and the smart grid coming out. Really, we have the ability to showcase all of the equipment that you would have at a commercial site or industrial site or even your home, from backup generation to surge protection and breakers that protect you from overcurrent devices. We also have a big play on efficiency, and where it comes to renewable energy or using variable frequency drives, also safety as pertains to arc flash or other electrical shocks that conditions too. Recently, we just installed an electric vehicle supply station outside underneath our solar canopy. So if you had an electric vehicle, you would be able to come here and plug directly into the grid and charge up your vehicle.